This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by lynda.com. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Ask the Buffalo. I am a Buffalo. This show you could ask me any question you've got from the world of technology, sometimes outside. Don't know what phone to get, don't know what tablet to buy, can't make sense of what might be coming out. So this is a show where you can ask. If you don't know why it hurts when you pee, you're asking me the wrong questions. You should see a doctor. That's not good. Up this week, we're going to talk about Prime phones, the new Fire phone from Amazon, new Blackberries, and T-Mobile's Un-carrier 5 and 6. There's a lot of Un-carrierness happening. This is Ask the Buffalo. Start asking. First question comes from user @SuperScientific, who asks @John4Lakers, what are your thoughts about the Prime phones from manufacturers? Should flagships only be released once a year? So a couple things there. Prime phones are these rumored devices that sort of come out ahead of the flagship, sort of higher specs than what you see. We just saw the new Galaxy S5 come out in select markets higher than spec in the regular Galaxy S5 that we're calling kind of Prime devices. Rumor was HTC had a Prime HTC One M8 that got killed. So should flagships be released once a year? It's a business decision. I shouldn't say they should because it affects me and I want to make sure I've got a new phone for a year and to do anything different than get a year a bunch of jerk holes. That's not true. Everything's a business decision. All the phones that come out, it's sort of trying to run a business, try and make money for themselves and their shareholders, and these phones make money. So they're gonna keep releasing as many as I think they could sell, as many as I think we are going to buy. Do I think they should? Probably not. I think you could focus more advertising dollars on the phones that are already out and sort of spend more time with R&D to create sort of more differentiating phones than creating 7 different devices with differing screen sizes, and that's about it. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. But I do think that we should see a flagship and a Prime model. Looks to be the new way things are going to go, probably one of each every 12 months. Next question comes from @MobileGadgets, @John4Lakers. What are your thoughts on Amazon's Fire phone, and should they have used a different pricing model to be competitive? I don't even know what I mean by different pricing model. They use the same pricing model every other phone is. It's cheaper on contract, it's more expensive if you want to buy it outright. I think people are expecting some crazy subsidized device like other Amazon products where you can get, you know, with ads, they're going to pay you $500 to use it, and there's going to be free sponsored data, and it's going to be Shangri-La and sort of unicorns, and rainbows are going to shoot out of unicorns' butts. It was never going to happen. I did a whole video on my thoughts on the Fire phone. My thoughts on the pricing are, it is what it is. It's an expensive phone. They want to make some money on it. I would have thought maybe they would have taken a loss on the hardware to take it back on the Amazon things they're hoping you're going to buy, but they did not do that, and it's their right to do so. I think sort of the 3D-esque effect, it's not really 3D, it's not coming out, but it's more looking in, is very cool. I want to see it with my eyes first to make a judgment on it. 720p screen, 2 gigs of RAM, quad-core processor. The rest of the specs are kind of on par. I can forgive the low resolution screen. It's got that crazy perspective screen on it. Other issues though with sort of Amazon's OS is where you lose those Google features since it is a forked version of Android. You don't get access to the Google Play Store, although there are hundreds of thousands of apps in Amazon's App Store. I really want to use it first and get my chance to sort of look at it, play with it, and see if I could sort of use it as my daily driver. It looks really nice on paper. Certainly very, very, very expensive though. I think that's going to be a thing that's going to hold it back. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Amazon Fire Phone 2 come out at a much lower price point. Let me stop the questions for a quick sec to thank our friends and good people at lynda.com. You want to make yourself better, the folks at Lynda can help you. They got thousands of easy to follow tutorials, top industry experts to help you learn all the skills that you need, like software, business, creative, everything in between. Membership starts just $25 per month. It's online, so it is unlimited, 24/7 access. You learn at your own pace from teeny tiny tutorials or just giant comprehensive courses. Things ranging from web design to programming design to photography, business courses, audio, video, 3D animation, kind of everything in between. Give them a shot. Try lynda.com free for 7 days by visiting lynda.com/technobuffalo. Back to the questions. Next question comes from @BobbyOWinner, who asked @John4Lakers, what do you think of the @Blackberry Passport and Classic and OS 10.3/10.3.1? #AskTheBuffalo. We get accused all the time of just trying to kill BlackBerry. We hate BlackBerry. You guys are the worst BlackBerry people ever. Reality is we don't hate BlackBerry at all. If we report their sales numbers as bad, we're not hating on BlackBerry, it's reporting what the sales numbers are. BlackBerry's got a waning market share, unfortunately. But they are trying to change that with these sort of new devices and new OSs, and I think they look really nice. First, I love the Classic. I think it should have been what the Q10 was. It's got sort of the awesome BlackBerry 10 interface, which I really liked. But now you've got an actual send button, an end button, and a navigation pad in the middle, where everybody expects BlackBerries to look like. I think that's probably going to be a huge seller, as well as that awesome physical QWERTY keyboard. I think things like the Passport look crazy weird. It's like a big rectangle with the big keyboard in the middle of it. Not sure how that sucker is going to sell, but they are running great OSs with 10.3 and 10.3.1, which they're now going to have access to what I just mentioned, and that's Amazon's App Store, which is a gigantic coup for BlackBerry. I can't overstate how big a deal that is for BlackBerry to have that. All the apps that you couldn't get before, people weren't going to sideload things on their phones. Folks didn't know how to. It was sort of a little bit confusing, even though they sort of streamlined the process to get other Android apps on there. You can still do that, but now you've got another app store right on your device to download those applications. And that, I think, is going to make BlackBerry 10 really, really competitive. Right out of the box, you now have those great apps that Amazon has, and you can sideload all the rest of the stuff that you can't get on there, like Google services, which is really, really tremendous. You kind of get the best of almost 3 OSs in one on BB10. So I think BlackBerry's got a few tricks up their sleeve, and I think the end of 2014, early 2015 could potentially be a big year for them. And the last question comes from our friend at TMobile Reviews, who asked at John4Lakers. Hi, John. After T-Mobile's announcement, would you make this switch? Thanks, hashtag #AskTheBee. So T-Mobile and John Ledger have been doing crazy on carrier stuff coming out for the past almost a year. Most recent was on Carrier 5, which was also on Carrier 6. What they announced was you could essentially test drive their network with the iPhone 5S for 7 days, see if it works. No commitment, you just bring it back to T-Mobile store to see if it works for you, which is really cool. People don't always know if a phone's gonna work at their home, at their office. That's really handy. They had 14-day sort of no hassle return policy, take everything back if you bought it. But this one doesn't cost you anything, just put a hold in your credit card, you use the phone, you try the phone, you see if you like it, and then you just bring it back to T-Mobile store, they inspect it, that hold comes off your card, and there's no commitment for you at all. It's a really cool thing to offer, being able to test drive a network. And if they're saying the network is really fast, they're saying it's reliable, it's got voice over LTE on it now, they want people to try it. I give them credit for trying it. The other thing was that your data, whatever you've got, 1, 2, 3, 5, unlimited, is when you're not going to sort of be deducted when you start streaming music on sort of music streaming services, which is pretty awesome. I'm not a big music guy, but I know a lot of you guys are. I probably spend a lot of your data on Pandora, Spotify, Rhapsody, and the rest of it. So I think it's a huge, 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 huge deal. And yeah, I would absolutely make the switch. In fact, I signed up for their Un-Carrier 5 announcement of sort of the 7-night stand of taking a phone for a test drive. I want to see how it works. I'm going to report on it. We have a ton of T-Mobile phones here, but I want to see how it will look. I priced my competitive plan that I'm on, the business is on with AT&T versus what we're on T-Mobile. It's almost a $100 difference per month. That's a big difference. So we're going to give T-Mobile a shot. We'll try it for 7 days, see how it looks. I'm a bit reticent to switch for a few reasons. First, sort of the looming Sprint deal. Whether or not Sprint's going to buy T-Mobile, what's that's going to mean for T-Mo is sort of a big question mark. So I wouldn't consider anything, at least for me, until I know that's resolved. And then with the iPhone announcements coming out, obviously we review devices. We want to make sure we can get them from day one. T-Mobile doesn't generally have iPhones on launch day, or they're not always unlocked. You have to do it with a contract. I don't want to buy things on contract. I like to sort of have them. So seeing what's going to happen with the iPhone launch, seeing what's going to happen with the Sprint merger, sort of reasons I'm holding off from considering moving to T-Mobile, at least right now. Anyway, guys, hopefully that helped to answer your questions. I hope you enjoy. I always love making these videos. If you want to ask a question upcoming episode, every Tuesday, put an article up on technobuffalo.com asking for your questions. Just leave them in the comments. Otherwise, send it to me at John4Lakers any time of the day, week, or night. Just use hashtag #AskTheBee. Until next time, see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe right here to be the first ones to know whenever new videos get uploaded. We got a ton of stuff. We do phones, tablets, cars, anything that has to do with consumer electronics that has to be plugged in or uses batteries, we review.